Have you ever wished you could just find an off switch for the constant chatter in your head? You know, even for just a minute. Well, today we're going to dive into a pretty powerful, ancient technique designed to do exactly that.
I mean, really think about that for a second. No apps, no guided tracks, no special headphones. Just a trained ability to find total mental quiet instantly. In our world today, that sounds almost like a superpower, doesn't it?
So, yeah, that's the big question. How do they do it? Well, it's not magic, and it's definitely not something you have to be born with. It's a specific skill that you can actually learn, and we're about to break down exactly how it works.
So, where does this incredible ability even come from? Let's peel back the layers and get right to the origin of this powerful method.
Right off the bat, you should know this isn't some new life hack from the internet. We're talking about a time-tested practice, something that's been refined over generations, all designed specifically to master the mind. Its real power is in its history.
Now, before you give this a shot, there's a crucial heads up. If this feels a little difficult at first, there's a very good reason for that. Let's talk about the built-in resistance that pretty much all of us are going to face.
Look, our brains are basically trained for distraction, right? We're constantly jumping from an email to a notification to our own random thoughts. So when we suddenly ask our mind to do the complete opposite, to just be still, of course it's going to put up a little fight. That's a totally normal part of the process.
And this quote, this is the whole secret right here. This is the why behind the how. Imagine your attention is like a giant floodlight, lighting up dozens of thoughts all at once. This technique teaches you how to focus that floodlight into a single, tiny, powerful laser beam. And when you do that, all the other thoughts just kind of fade into the background. All right, so you get the main idea. Now let's make it practical. Here is the simple 3-step method you can use literally right now. It's just 3 steps. Find your focus, connect your breath to your body, and then let go of any judgment. That's the whole framework. So let's break down each one.
Okay, step 1 is all about shrinking your world. Don't look at a whole book. Look at one letter on the page. Don't look at the wall. Find a tiny speck of dust on that wall. Seriously, the smaller and more uninteresting the spot is, the better, because it gives your mind nothing to analyze. This is how you start narrowing that floodlight.
Now, while you're gazing at that tiny point, bring your awareness into your body. And this is key. Don't just think about your breath. Feel it. Feel the air coming into your nose or the rise and fall of your shoulders. What you're doing is linking your mind to a real, physical anchor in this exact moment. And here it is, the most crucial part. A thought is going to pop up. That's what minds do. Your job isn't to fight it or get annoyed. You just notice it without judgment and gently guide your attention right back to your tiny spot and your breath. That's the whole move. No struggle, just a gentle return. So this process might feel deceptively simple, but what's actually happening inside your brain is, well, it's pretty profound. Let's take a look at the neuroscience behind why this thing works so well. Scientists have identified a specific network in our brains that lights up whenever we're daydreaming or worrying or just lost in thought. You can think of it as your brain's autopilot chatter system. It's basically the source of all that random mental noise. And here is the punchline. When you apply that single point focus, you're actively disengaging that default mode network. You're essentially telling the chattering part of your brain to go on a short break, which gives you a moment of real mental peace. Okay, before we wrap up, we absolutely have to talk about the single biggest mistake people make with this. It's the one thing that can completely sabotage the whole practice. So the trap is actively trying to force your thoughts away. It's like if I told you, don't think about a pink elephant. It's impossible, right? It just creates more strain. The key is to forget about clearing your mind altogether. Your only job is to gently apply single-point focus. The quiet you're looking for is a side effect of that focus. It's not the goal itself. And all of this leads to the final, and I think most powerful insight. This practice isn't really a battle against your thoughts. It's about a massive shift in your relationship with them. Just let that one sink in for a minute. The goal isn't to create a permanently empty mind. It's to build a focus so strong that the normal, everyday chatter just doesn't hook you anymore. The thoughts might still pop up, but they become like background noise. You simply don't have to engage. You've outgrown their pull on you. So the secret isn't about fighting the chatter in your head. It's about learning to focus on one tiny point. The silence will follow. And the only question left is, what will you do with it?